I'm gonna pop my 1, drop my 2 down just to get some distraction there, pop my ultimate ability, and then the 3 finishes her right off. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna take a look at the Loki rework, take a look at his new ability, talk about how we build him now. Is it the same? What changed in his build? What changed in his kit? And all around, how he feels now. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell so you get notifications. And let me know in the comments below what you think of the new Loki rework. Do you prefer how he was before? Do you like the new Loki? What do you think? All right, let's get into it. Taking a look at Loki. All right, guys, so we are playing with the new Stealth Slayer skin that was released along with his rework. And for the first week of his rework, so this week only, guys, this skin is available for free. All you have to do is get 2 first wins of the day. After that, though, if you do miss out, it'll be available for 100 gems in the SMITE store. So let's talk a little bit about what changed with Loki during this last patch. So first off, they increased his initial damage on the first basic attack from 80% up to 100%. So the initial basic attack damage was increased. And then his passive behind you just has some additional interactions with his new 2 and his new 3. Now his 1 is Vanish. The Vanish stays the same for the most part. It's the same ability, but it has been reworked as how it works. So it used to be, you hit your Vanish, and right away you would pop invisibility. Now it's a little bit different. You fade quickly into invisibility, but it's not something that happens right away. Now, if Loki takes damage while he's in that stealth, he is going to be revealed for 0.33 seconds. And the audio for the ability was adjusted a little bit. Now when a friendly Loki vanishes, it's a little bit quieter. And when an enemy Loki vanishes, there's a laughter sound associated with the vanish now, so you can better tell if it was their teammate that vanished or if it was the enemy. So let's go ahead and take a look at how that changed. So again, we hit his 1. Instead of instant, it's going to slowly fade into invisibility for the enemy team. It's not right away that you're just going to pop invisibility. And now his 2 changed a little bit as well. Now if you remember, the 2 used to be the decoy, right? You would put it up, it would attract minions to attack it, and it would draw fire, and then it would explode, dealing damage to people around it. If an enemy was caught in there, it would damage them as well. Now his 2 still is going to put down a version of Loki here. It's a little bit different. The new ability is called Agonizing Visions, right? In the description of this, it says Loki summons vision of his tortured past at a target location for 4 seconds. Enemies in range of the vision feel the poison themselves, taking damage and having their damage dealt reduced. This effect stacks up to 4 times. If an enemy gets 4 stacks, they become blinded, allowing Loki to benefit from behind you from any direction for 3 seconds. So, if an enemy god is trapped in this circle and they take 4 stacks of it, you're going to get Loki's passive ability, the behind you passive, dealing more damage when you're hitting from behind. But now you can benefit from that anywhere. You don't have to be behind them. So as long as they have 4 stacks of this debuff here, they're going to be taking increased damage from all your basic attacks. Also to note, this ability will still be able to body block enemies. All right, so you can still throw down your 2 and use it as a body block. So let's go ahead and we're going to look at how this works. Throw it down here on this Odin. Now you see it's going to be ticking damage every time. Then after he's got those 4 ticks, he will benefit from that behind you feat. Okay? So he's going to benefit from my passive. Do it one more time. I'll stand in front of him this time. And you see he's still taking that additional damage. Right? Now you see that first hit I had was that big hit. Again, initial damage from Loki's auto attacks are increased from 80% all the way up to 100%. So he's going to be taking some more damage there. Okay? So he's getting hit from all angles on that one. Now, your 3 ability used to be Aimed Strike. Now, Aimed Strike has been taken out, and it's replaced with Flurry Strike. The description for that reads, Loki unleashes a flurry of 5 dagger strikes quickly in front of him, damaging enemies. After this flurry, he winds up for a final heavy strike that deals higher damage and slows enemies hit. Loki can not be knocked up while firing this ability, this ability can benefit from behind you. All right, and then the damage scaling for this one is 15% of your physical power with the initial flurry damage, and then the final is going to be 60% of your physical power. Is that how that scaling works? All right, and then the slow is for 30% for 3 seconds. Now, let's take a look at this. We're going to do the behind you version here. So we're going to be over here and look at this. Those big flurries, that final hit, all benefits from that behind you damage. If you combo it together with your 2, and you get them up there, they take the behind you, they're blinded, and I can be standing in front of them then. It's a great combo, those two together. If you can get someone trapped in that 2, you can deal some big damage with this flurry strike. So the synergy there, the way his kit works together, works really nicely. And now his 4, all right, his ult, it's still assassinate, but it has been reworked a little bit. So the way it works now is upon activation, Loki teleports to his ground target location. If an enemy god is within the radius, Loki will slice that target, doing damage and crippling them for 1 second. After he teleports, he'll wind up a heavier strike, damaging all enemies in front of him and stunning them. Okay? So the ability still has the teleport poof and the warning sound, and the new sound conveys a buildup of that stun attack according to the patch notes. So let's take a look at how this one works now. So again, if there's an enemy that's in range of my ground target, I'll attack them. And then I hit with that big cone ability in front. So I'm still going to cripple them for 1 second, but then I'm also going to be able to hit everyone. So I can pop in on a group of people, hit one, and then get that big damage on everyone. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to combo these abilities in Conquest. So for jungling, now I'm a jungle main in Conquest. So for jungling, if I'm going to jungle with Loki, what you're going to want to do is, if we're ganking with Loki now, we're going to want to activate his 1, right? We're going to want to come into lane and in that vanish so that we're staying hidden from our enemy. And we're going to want to activate that 2 from that vanish position. When they see your 2 pop up on the screen, they're going to run away from it, right? Just naturally. So that's where you come in. You come up behind them, and you're going to get that strong initial auto attack damage from that buff up to the 100% damage from your initial auto attack. And then you're going to follow that up. And with that auto attack, with that first auto attack, you're going to get that bleed on them from your 1, right? So you're going to lay that 2 down. You're going to get up behind him. You're going to auto attack. You're going to hit him with an auto attack to get the bleed damage from your 1. And then you follow up with your 3. Since your 3 has a little bit of range, and as they're running away, you're still going to be benefiting from the behind you damage if they're trying to flee from it. So our ganking combo would look like this. We come in from lane, we're in our vanish, we throw down our 2, ideally they're running away, we hit him with that first auto, and then we hit him with that 3. Alright, ideally it would be dead after that, maybe 1 auto away. Okay, now for team fights, you're going to be wanting to use your 2 and your 3. Your 2 is either going to help box those enemies in, or it's going to help disperse them out. Once you either box them in or disperse them out, you're going to pick one of them to go after with your 3. If they do decide to stay in your 2 and take the blind and the passives, that's going to be great for you because you're getting that behind you damage on them now. And you're immediately going to want to pop that 3 if they decide to stay in and take that passive, because that's going to deal huge damage to them. And then finally, we have the ultimate combination. Now, this is going to be your 100 to 0 combo. You want to vanish with that 1 to come in up on them. You want to drop your 2 to distract them and to kind of deter them from trying to escape. And then immediately you want to pop your ultimate to get on them and stun them in that AoE of the 2. From there, they're going to build up that passive. They're going to be taking the behind you damage now as they're blinded. And then you're going to pop your 3 just to absolutely destroy them and finish them off for good. So going back to pick on Neath, this is what that ultimate combo is going to look like. I'm going to pop my 1, drop my 2 down just to get some distraction there, pop my ultimate ability, and then the 3 finishes her right off. Overall, the way we build Loki doesn't really change that much from this rework. We're still going to start Assassin's Blessing and Mace, and then you're going to be starting with your potions as well. I like to start with a health potion and Hand of the God when I'm jungling, but your mileage may vary. Alright, from there, I'm going to want to go with my warrior tabby. I want to come back here to my mace, fully upgrade that to Jotun's Wrath to get some CDR and some pin online. And then go into my Hydras, my Heartseeker, and maybe a Titan's Bane. Now, from there, our late game, our situational items, again, are going to depend on the team composition. But we can sell our Assassin's Blessing. And maybe we want a little lifesteal, and so we pick up Blood Forge. Or maybe we need some more pins, so we go with something like the Crusher. Or maybe we need some anti-heal, so we go with that Brawler's Beatstick. But again, the main thing that's changing here is going to be how you approach Loki, and then how the enemy gods need to counter and react to Loki being on the field, because his kit does present some different challenges than it used to. Now, one more thing I did want to touch on that came from this update, guys, that I think is an absolutely amazing thing, is that because October is LGBTQ History Month, Hi-Rez has added a whole slew of free avatars that you get with your first win for the LGBT community, for all different types of orientations. And you can see those all right here. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Good on you, Hi-Rez. And that's going to do it for our examination of the rework of Loki, guys. Like I said before, make sure you let me know down in the comments below how you feel about this rework. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you still think that Loki is an absolute trash god? Do you think he's god tier now? Let me know. I'm interested. All right, make sure you guys stop by the Twitch stream sometime. You can watch us play SMITE Live, hop in some games with us. Link is down in the description below. Until next time, you guys stay legendary. And remember, the sun will rise. And we will try again. Peace out.